Hello everyone, That Manga Kid here to give my thoughts on the first 6 volumes of Alive: The Final Evolution, story by Tadashi Kawashima and art by Adachitoka. Adachitoka? Sure. This is a Del Rey? Yes, a Del Rey release out of print because Del Rey no longer is around. They released 8 volumes in English physical format, and then I guess went out of business. Kodansha picked up the licensing for it, I believe, and has released it all digitally, as far as I know. There's, I think, 21 volumes in total. I think it's 21. So not very much of it was released physically in English in terms of the entire series, but I managed to find these first 6 volumes and recently and read them all, and I did enjoy it, and I wanted to talk about it even though I don't have volume 7 and 8 and I have not read any farther than volume 6. But I want to let you know that this exists because it does exist digitally if anyone's interested in picking it up. So basically this is the story of an epidemic that is unexplained and has caused people to kill themselves. And so the description of this made it seem as though this was going to be, it says that epidemic happens, people are killing themselves, the survivors are high school students, and they're trying to figure out how and why they survived. So my thought was that everybody dies except a group of students who are now trying to live in a society that no longer exists and also figure out what happened. That is not what this story is at all. I was very misled. However, I still enjoyed what it was. I just was not expecting it. What actually happens is there is an epidemic where people are killing themselves, but it's regardless of age, regardless of anything. But there's society continues to run after that. There's a mass amount of people who died, but society still has enough people that it's running smoothly, and everyone's just kind of like, whoa, that happened. But there seems to be some kind of parasite-esque situation happening where certain people have been infected, but they survived. And so they now have these kind of special powers, and these people with powers have grouped themselves together for the most part, and they call themselves comrades. So when they find each other, like, oh, you're a comrade. And there seems to be a kind of an enemy group that are forming together, all these comrades, and I don't know what their plan is, but I guess they're looking to lead everybody to death, because that's what the whole purpose is, I guess, is that everybody dies, humanity dies, and moves on. And it's kind of confusing. I really, really enjoyed the first 3 or 4 volumes. The first 3 for sure. I think volume 4 was still really good. I was hooked, I was interested. And then volume 5 and 6 happened, and I was less interested. And then I found out that it was 21 volumes in total, and I was even less interested because I just figured, like, I don't think that the story needs to be that long. I have no idea what happens in the later volumes, but my gut's telling me this was dragged out longer than it needed to be. And I really loved where the first few volumes were going, and then it kind of went way off into the special powers and like this other organization of people, and it just wasn't as interesting as I was hoping it was going to be. But I mean, if it was all released physically and it was all still in print, I'd probably pick up more, but I'm not going to go out of my way to pick this up digitally because I don't like reading digital manga, and I don't think I care enough. But if I find this volume 7 and 8 somewhere used as well, I'll probably pick them up and read them, but for now, I'm just happy with what I have. I will probably reread and enjoy these ones that I have, but I figured someone else might be interested in a story like this. It's just not, it wasn't really what I was expecting it to be, and The art's decent, but it's not fantastic or anything to write home about. Um, yeah, I'm just. So, our main boy is this kind of klutzy, not very intelligent person who is one of the comrades. However, he's trying to track down his best friend who has run off with his other best friend, who is a girl that I guess he's in love with. Uh, his best friend, the male, is a comrade as well, and seems to be on the enemy side. But he doesn't believe that that's the case, and he's trying to go save his two friends. And I think that that's maybe where my frustration with this series is coming from, is that I want to slap the main character and just wake him up and be like, dude, you're wasting your time. Go live your life. Like, why are you bothering with this person who clearly is not who you thought he was, or whatever? Um, but I did enjoy this little boy here who joins forces with our main character. I enjoyed their character dynamic between the two of them. Uh, yeah, it's a fun series. It's interesting. It's a bit different. It kind of feels like Parasite, but not as good and a bit different. Um, yeah, it's kind of a bunch of different things. It's got some romance, not done super well, but it's got a lot of action. The fighting scenes were great. I enjoyed those a lot. Uh, it's got some humor, and I'm more just fascinated to see where this story is going, because I'm getting a bit confused with what the story is supposed to be. But it was entertaining for what it was, and like I said, it's available digitally, I think, through Kodansha, so I would suggest picking it up if you're interested. But or if you're able to find the first 8 volumes in print, then I would suggest checking them out because they're interesting enough, and I'm glad to have them in my collection at this point. But yeah, it's just kind of bizarre and not at all what I thought it was going to be. But anyway, just wanted to chat about it. If you've read any of Live, the final evolution, please let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, thanks for watching.